where do I start? Once again, another long pause for me. Just to come back and say welcome to the final chapter. A year ago today, my best friend, actually around this time, was dropping me off at the airport, and I hopped on a plane out to San Diego, where I then got on a shuttle, and it took me to Cleef, a campground on the border, a quarter mile from the southern terminus of the PCT. And I started on a journey that I knew would change my life, but I didn't realize how much. I struggled coming back from trail more than I think I would care to admit on the internet. And going through my videos was fun at first. And I think that's because I was clinging on to things that I shouldn't have, and the nostalgia of it and the freedom of it, while I was stressed and working at my first full-time job since trail, and interviewing for the current job that I'm in now, and working a part-time job on top of it to make ends meet. And it all became too much. And around the new year, I wrote in my journal how I didn't know how I was capable of feeling so full and so empty and so proud and so devastated, all in the same breath. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't think about anything about trail until, honestly, this moment, until I saw my friends again from trail, and we met up and we talked about everything that we've been up to since coming home. So I decided to put together everything from the last video I posted until I ultimately got off trail. There's some really high highs and there's some really low lows. There's a lot of days missing, a lot of days I couldn't film, a lot of days I couldn't take pictures, a lot of days I was hanging on by a thread. The Sierras are in this video. It was 2 of my greatest weeks of hiking. And looking back on it, I'm saying to myself, why did I quit? Why did I get off trail? And I have to constantly remind myself that I was miserable and that I made the best decision for myself at the time. But putting this video together was a lot of fun, and I hope everyone enjoys it. And I'll probably insert something at the end of this. I gotta give myself a couple days to film it. Probably gonna put some of my thoughts 1 year later after starting at the very end and go from there. I'm rambling now, as I always do, because once again, this is not scripted, and I'm gonna have to cut out all of the ums and ahs. But yeah, 1 year later, this is me looking back on the journey that was the PCT, and there is a lot more to come. Five days and a Taylor Swift concert later, back on trail. Good morning from our first full day back on trail after Taylor Swift. We only did like 4 miles yesterday, and we didn't get started until 10:30 today because we are in, I think, combination smoke and clouds. It had rained a little bit, and I just did not want to get moving. It was very cold, very wet where we camped. Now I think we're just in smoke. There's a fire burning, I think, just east of Eugene right now.
and it's blowing, the wind is blowing smoke up this way. We checked the air quality map because we do have some service, and it looks like we're right on the edge, but who knows? So just hopefully we'll hike out of it soon. This is so wild. We're right on the edge of all the smoke. Last views of Mount Jefferson. First views of Mount Hood. Walking through one of the craziest lava fields I've been in. It was really rough down. It is a bad day to be girly with plantar fasciitis. So, going to hopefully get out of this kind of soon and take some ibuprofen and hope for the best. We'll see. We've either got 1 mile, less than a mile maybe, or 5 more to do tonight. Everyone's guess is as good as mine. I would like to do 5 more, but the foot pain is bad after taking 5 days off. So we'll see how I feel once I get to the first campsite option we have tonight. Entered Warm Springs Indian Reservation, and they have the 5 rules for forest fires from Smokey, so that's cool and very fitting to see. I'm sorry if my camera is dirty, because there is a forest fire south of us in Eugene, which I've talked about, and it caused a lot of smoke for us over the last couple of days, and that was really annoying. I'm at a trail junction. Oh, this is PCT really small right there. So this way, yeah, I don't know where I was going with any of this, but making good time today, at least. Good morning from the end of hour 24. The 24-hour challenge failed, and we made it 21 miles and then got a ride. Went too hard, too fast at the gate, and by the time we stopped for lunch, my foot was not in good shape. And honestly, I think if we had stayed separately and not met up, we would have completed the challenge. I think that Flamingo and I are really good at influencing each other to skip. So I am gonna get ready in a little bit and actually hike down 3 miles and snag some of the miles that we skipped. It's mostly the elevation, so that's gonna be fun because we're still planning on doing like 10 miles after the buffet today, and that's a lot downhill. So it's gonna be anywhere from like 1 to 3 miles that we're gonna go hike down, and then obviously hike back up. So we'll see. So it was mostly a bit, yeah, but I'll still have like just skip 15 miles, which I'm okay with my foot pain. It's also really smoky out today, so I'm wondering if another forest fire is in want to get these miles while I can, and then get out of Oregon and get through Washington before 5 or 6 gets too out. From day 107 or 108, not really sure. Been a while since I actually filmed a video. May have low-key quit the trail by now. Don't know if you'll see that video or not. But today is Goat Rock's Wilderness Day. What I've been waiting or most excited about for this, like on this entire trail. And I am in love with what I'm seeing. Been tough, like really bad mentally for a really long time. Feet really hurt. There's a giant cairn. Do I add a rock to it? I need to find a rock. Hold on. I don't know. I'll have an explanation later for reasons why I want to quit trail. But we are doing the old snowy alternate today, and weather is hopefully, knock on wood, on our side. Been praying to Mother Nature all day and all night for that, so we shall see. Not really sure what else to say, so there's that. insanity. Washington is insanity. Day 111, and sorry it's windy, but exciting news because look, it's on the tree. Oh, behind me. U.S. National Park boundary. So I am officially in Mount Rainier. Finally hiked here. Was here a little over, oh my gosh, probably like 18 days ago, so like 2.5 weeks ago, with Flamingo when we went to Seattle for our Taylor Swift. So really cool actually having hiked into the park. So did a little bit of a climb this morning, and now we're gonna be like in and out of the park for the next, I don't know, I think like 8 miles. And then Chinook Pass today, which should be pretty. And I think we're gonna try for 22. My foot is feeling better. Prince's, I don't even know if I've explained, I'm hiking with the Royals because they are doing 15 to 20 every single day because Prince has plantar fasciitis as well. So they're taking it a bit slower, but because of water and trying to position ourselves to just bypass what has now become nicknamed the neuro cabin, we are going to try and do a 22 today. We'll see how it goes. It's a lot of up and down. Like, it doesn't look like it would be, but it is. So hopefully our feet hold up. If not, we may just do a shorter day. We've got food for it. So that's sort of that. The views in Washington, unreal. There she is, Mount Rainier National Park, that is, not the actual mountain. I think that's the trail magic. It won't let me zoom more, but yes.
All right, wash hands, sign in.
Somehow managed to get out of that trail magic, which was absolutely amazing. Mr. Ed, you can tell that he has through hiked before because he had everything. There were courses, there were drink options, there were Ziploc bags. So, big shout out to him. An amazing spread. Great guy. Even played us some of his through hiking songs that he's written. So got about 10 miles to do. It's like 1:30ish. Separating from the Royals because they resupplied from a hiker box and it just turned out to be really bad. Also, like, this scenery is insane. So they're gonna go into town, try and hitch and get some better food, and I'm gonna push on and still try and do that 22. So we'll see how it goes. Handyman shouldn't be too far behind, and just gonna keep pushing, keep going my own speed, and get used to camping alone, I guess. Day 112. This isn't a good representation of it, but it's been like sort of raining, sort of just in a cloud all morning, and it's so bitterly cold. I am in, like, can't tell, well, my leggings and my puffy, even though I should have my rain jacket on, but and my gloves. It is one of those chilly days I don't want to hike, but I must. But I did do a 27.5 yesterday, which is my longest day yet. Was not expecting it. I separated from Bless and Prince and ran into some friends that I thought were like half a day to a day ahead of me. So that was fun. And now I don't know what I'm shooting for. I think I'm just gonna go as far as I can today and then call it quits. No matter what, I will get into Snoqualmie on Saturday. Today's Thursday. So, is what it is. Or not, is what it is. It's still ahead of schedule, so that's good. So, just saw an elk. So that's fun. Thought it was a bear. And then, because of the crash. And then saw the antlers and I was like, oh, that's an elk. So we can check that off of the PCT wildlife bucket list. There she is in all her glory, the Neuro cabin. I will not be stopping. I will be walking straight on through. So unfortunately, I don't see any tents that I recognize. There's a couple still set up over there, but I think my friends all know better than to stay there. I was kind of hoping with the rain and the mist and the cold today, everyone would take a late start and I would be able to catch some of them, but I guess not. It is what it is. They're probably way ahead by now this morning, but that's okay because I will likely see everyone in Snoqualmie. There is a car with a cooler. I'm not saying it's trail magic, but I sure as hell hope it is. I'd be 2 for 2. Holy shit. It was exactly what I thought it was.
And actually, I could use a couple of these.
Now I'm drinking a nice coffee. Just leaving Magic Man's Trail Magic, and I have the biggest smile on my face because today is like the dreariest day in the world, and it was my second day in a row getting Trail Magic, and I quit trail like a few days ago. I was done. I was not coming back out here, and I'm now out here doing my own thing, going my own pace, hiking as far as I want, as fast as I want. And the trail is providing. And I was just so down in the dumps that I'm just so thankful and grateful for all of the trail angels out there who do this. You guys are all incredible. And just the simple act of like Krispy Kreme donuts and instant coffee. He had way more. He had hand sanitizer, he had plastic bags, he took our trash. Like, it was more than just that. But it's enough to keep people going. And I just can't believe it. So thank you to Mr. Ed yesterday and to Magic Man today. You guys are the best. So I just checked. I haven't stopped for lunch yet. And it is 1:40 and I've gone 19 miles. What? Who do I think I am? Is what I want to know. It's like, oh, my feet are getting kind of tired. Like, maybe I should stop soon. I checked, and yep, I've gone 19 miles. Pretty proud of that.
if you only can lose, kick off your Sunday shoes.
We are here. We have officially entered the Sierras. We hiked out of County Meadows about a half hour ago. It is hot. It is humid because of the rain that they got, but we are doing the damn thing finally. Fires in Washington pushed us south. None of us really wanted to skip up to Mazama just to tag the terminus. We wanted to prioritize getting some Sierra miles done, and we haven't stopped smiling. I'm entering with Yotes, Flamingo, Sketch, and Snow White. Solid crew, people that I trust. We've got some people up ahead of us, some people behind us that we saw in County Meadows. So yeah, we're kind of part of the first group to re-enter after the snow melt. Wild that we're finally here, but excited overall, just excited. So we're gonna do this first stretch, like 45 miles to Cottonwood Pass in like 3 days. Give ourselves time to adjust after taking about a week off for trail days and for getting down here and everything. And then we'll resupply in Lone Pine and start marching towards Whitney and Forester. Day 2 in the Sierras. Good morning. Figured I would get this before we start seriously climbing today. We've got our first big climb, getting over 10,000 feet today. This will be the first time I've ever done that. We camped just below 8,000 and it was a struggle to get there. After taking a week off trail and being at sea level, my plantar fasciitis plus being at 7,000 feet of elevation was not fun, but I'm feeling a lot better today. Only doing 16 and a half, I think, to camp. We'll see how long it takes me, but feeling good. Still feeling really excited about being in the Sierra, and we're all just loving it. We had an awesome campsite by a river and a bridge, and yeah, that's about it. Good morning from day 3 in the Sierras. I've decided that because I have absolutely no idea how many days I've been out here, it's just gonna be Sierra count. So today, let's see, we're only doing 12, a little over 12 PCT miles to the first cutoff for Cottonwood Pass, and we're gonna go down to the campground and hopefully it'll be open, and then we're gonna hang out there tonight and then try and get a hitch in because we hear that the road is open so that Snow White can pick up her ice axe on Monday and we don't have to zero and spend an extra night in town. So we're doing that, taking it really slow today. We're above 10,000 feet for most of the day. Climbed to the highest point that I've ever been at, which is 10,650 feet, I think. So that's really exciting. In the trees. Water is kind of scarce today. It's all off trail, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Other than that, doing pretty well. Foot kind of hurts. Trail is pretty washed out in places. Not sure if it's because of all the snow melt or the hurricane that came through, but it's beautiful. There's like no one out here, it seems, which is kind of cool, kind of scary, kind of, I don't know, different. So just overall, been a really good time. We had a beautiful campsite last night. I definitely didn't take any videos of it, but maybe I'll insert some pictures that I took. Yeah, just loving the high Sierra right now. Day 5 in the Sierras. We just did the approach trail up to Cottonwood Pass, and now we are hiking towards a lake to take a little break. It's only like 0.5 on the PCT, and then I think we are doing another like 4 miles to camp, which will put us like 10 miles out from where the turnoff for Whitney Base is. And we discovered, hopefully it's true, we'll find out, we'll talk to the ranger if he's there, he or she, they are there, but we think that because we have the INEO National Forest local permits on top of our PCT permits, we'll be able to actually camp at Guitar Lake tomorrow, which will put us closer to the base of Whitney. We'll cut off like 3, maybe 4 miles of the hike. Not much elevation, but we're all super excited about that because Guitar Lake is really cool looking. So I think it'll be like 14 miles total tomorrow, maybe. So another like rather easy day, and yeah. Officially entering Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. So this is exciting for me because 10 years ago, Sequoia was the first national park that I visited with my parents, and it kind of set in motion what I'm doing today, like being on the PCT and my love for the outdoors. So this is awesome. This is fun. This is a good day. Day 6 in the Sierras, and it was a cold night. Still kind of a cold morning. It's 8:15, and I'm still in my new merino thermal. We are starting the day in a downhill, which never happens, and we are starting to get some really insane views, so that's really exciting. We've got one sort of significant uphill today. I think it's 1,400 feet over 2.5 miles, something like that. So kind of steep, but definitely manageable. Feeling good. Definitely feel like I'm acclimated to the elevation, which is nice. We have our first like major water crossings today, Rock Creek and I forgot the other one. But according to the far out comments, we should be able to do a log crossing on the first one, which is Rock Creek, and then the second one, we should be able to rock hop. So that'll be good. Hopefully we don't have to get our feet wet. Other than that, doing great. Not really sure, because every time I think I see Mount Whitney, it's not Mount Whitney, but that might very well be Mount Whitney. Whitney, 8.3. We are like less than 2 miles away from camp and just got mostly permit checked. Hi, Ranger. She asked if we were on the GMT. I was like, technically PCT, but we have our local permits. And she was super appreciative of that and said it's fine that we are camping at Guitar Lake. So exciting news. We did it. Got here at 5:13 and it's not even 8 o'clock. We were very cold, but amazing views. Time to head down. We'll see you later, Whitney. I don't know if I'll ever summit you again, but wow, for you, so much fun. It is 12:30 and hopefully you can hear me over this stream, but we are hiking out from the approach trail to Whitney, which you can see back there. Overall, incredible day. We still have like 7 miles to do. Most of it is downhill. I don't think we're gonna get to the base of Forester like we wanted to because we're all just super tired. Seeing we got up at 2 and got going at 2:30. So just gonna get to the trailhead and go from there. Day 8 in the Sierra. And we've got a little mermaid friend. Just sitting at the base of Forester Pass right now, waiting for others to catch up. I think Nightmare already went up with Sunshine Mama because I don't see her anywhere down here. And I thought I saw maybe her backpack up top. Flamingo and Snow White and Sketch are behind me. I don't know how far any of them are. Hopefully not too far behind because I would like to get going. Seeing we still want to do like 10 miles today, but most of that is coming down off of Forester. Should be pretty good. Like 800 more feet descent or ascent, and then a whole lot of descent, and then up a little bit because we're gonna try and do part of Glen Pass technically. So we'll see. I'm just staring at the
us a little frightened.
That slope there, that's where we can.
This is so crazy. I think I'm in the avalanche zone. Also, this view is stunning. I can't believe it. Good morning from day 9 in the Sierra. It's a cold one. We had some drama last night. We're halfway up Glen, and Snow White goes to go to the bathroom, and she looks across the ridge and sees the campfire. And we're at 1,100 feet, and there's no campfires allowed above 10,000 in the Sierra. So we're freaking out because we think it is a forest fire, and we don't know what to do. So Flamingo and Sketch run over there, and come to find out, it's just this like solo dude from Alaska who has an entire tree stump on fire. And they were like, bro, like, you can't be doing this. And the guy was like, oh yeah, like I saw those signs, and I just thought they meant that there's no firewood, or like nothing to burn above 10,000 feet, so that's why we couldn't have fires. I was like, nah dog, like look around, you're still below tree line. So they made the guy put the fire out, which was awesome, but I guess it was a huge fire and took a while. So that's over with. We took shifts to make sure that it really was out, because it was like a whole log. So we woke up just to make sure it wasn't burning again, but not a fun night. Not a fun night after a long day. It's like I said, we went halfway up Glen, and now we have to go the other half of Glen and then do Pinchot today. It's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be 20 to 24 miles, depending on the weather outlook for tomorrow, because then we have Mather, and apparently there's rain in the forecast. So no one really wants to do Mather in the rain and or snow, because we're at such a high altitude, and we're like between bailouts at that point. So yeah, another long day, hopefully with some beautiful views. Almost to the top of Glen. Probably can't hear me, but I'm at the top of the pass, and there's some snow. This is incredible. I just met basically trail celebrities this year, and it's the family, I think they're called the Nutterburgers or something. They're a big family, and they're on their Triple Crown. They've already done the AT and the CDT, and they have a baby with them, and the baby's trail name is Deadweight, which is so funny. But yeah, I just met them, and that was really, really cool. And I was like, I've heard a lot about you. So, just me being me. But, just Glen Pass things. So it's officially snowing out, and we still got a ways to camp. This sucks. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. This is not fun. It has just been back to back tough days, and now the weather's not even cooperating. Should have bailed the flamingo when he went down Kearsarge, but we're gonna be camping near Sawmill, which is also a bailout. Not the best, but if we have to, we will. This is terrible. Good morning from day 10. Atop Pinchot Pass. There, it's right there. It is cold and windy, raining on and off. There's the other side. You can see some pretty fair spots. Yeah, tough climbs. Gonna eat something, get down, and then we're doing Mather today too. So full day.
Girls just want to have fun. Came on my second pass of the day.
You can kind of see it, but there's some kayakers coming down the river. This is insanity. Good morning from bailout, or like town day, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's a full day. 19 and a half miles out and a full pass. So like 3,000 feet of gain, or 4,000 over the entire day. And I just got to lovely bridge crossing that looks sketchy as all get up, but we're gonna go for it. Okay, honestly, that was more solid than the suspension bridge that we went over a couple days, so it's mostly safe, I think. Alright, we're like 2.5 miles up the bailout, or whatever. First major crossing. And here's the bridge that the ranger was like, yeah, it's very good, and people are still crossing it. So, I'm gonna go do that right now. Just made it over Bishop Pass, and that's the view we're working on. So, not bad. Made it to top of Muir Pass. Really exciting. There's some really cool views behind us. But some sad news is this is the last full
easy for me. There will be a much longer video explaining it all, but my time has come to an end, and I'm very okay with finishing here. So, more to come.
There it is, the Outbridge that all we've done is hear things about for the last 10 days.
Just did the San Joaquin River crossing. It is 6 o'clock right now, and honestly, it was not that bad. I hiked up my shorts, and the water only came to my tan line where my shorts are, and I wear 6-inch or 8-inch bike shorts. And I'm 5'7", so I don't know, some type of math, but it was fairly easy. The hardest part was just the rocks were super slippery, so keeping your balance was difficult, but definitely doable. Day 16 of the Sierras, and this is bailout / quitting day. We're a few miles into Paiute Pass. It's like a 12-mile uphill, and we're done. We hiked our last PCT miles yesterday, and now it's just a total of 17 and a half out, and that's that on PCT 2023.
So here we are, 1 year later. It is April 19th, 2024, and a year ago today, I started the PCT. If you've made it this far, you've seen the end of the journey, and admittedly so, it ended fairly abruptly, but you can just see that I was done. I was ready to leave trail behind. And it's really easy to look back on it and question why I did it, why I ended when I did. I get down about it every once in a while, but I keep reminding myself that I made the best decision I could at the time for myself, and I have no regrets. And it took a while to get to that point and say it. I don't really know how to close this out, so I will leave you with what I wrote on Instagram today. It seems like that has become my public journal of sorts. So April 19th, 2023, 1 year ago today, I started Journey of a Lifetime. Around this time, I turned north and took my first steps on the PCT. A year later, I still haven't found the words to fully capture this time in my life, and honestly, I'm tired of trying. No words will ever do it justice or articulate the fullness I experienced being out there. But I will say this, bet on yourself. Take the leap, leave the job, start the journey. The number one question I've been asked over the last year is, what's the hardest part of trail? My answer never changes. It's starting. The second hardest is saying goodbye. I'll see you again, PCT. We've got unfinished business. So, thanks for watching. Thank you for supporting. As I've said many times, this is not the end of me on a trail, just the end of PCT 2023. But I mean it when I say that this is not the last the PCT has seen of me or that I've seen of it. So that's all for now.